Welcome back to Open Range. I'm your host, Gary Ameneth. We're talking to Lieutenant Governor Tammy Miller, who announced her candidacy for governor. Before we went to the break, we started kind of sorting through the industry of whether it's agriculture or energy, which are two big driving forces. What are the things that you can do as governor to help those industries flourish and create more jobs and more wealth for all of our citizens?
We need to keep the momentum going that we have right now. We're doing amazing work with innovation versus regulation. We need to continue to support what is happening in private industry as well as with our research institutions to continue to grow our energy and agriculture. We're seeing great things going on at EERC to support the energy, and we're seeing some really fun things going on at NDSU and at the Grand Farm to support agriculture. Beyond growing the economy and diversifying the economy, we also need to finish the job on state individual income taxes. We made great progress during the last legislative session, but we didn't finish the job. We need to have zero income tax for our individuals so we can continue to attract workforce, but also to keep that money in the pockets of the individuals so they can invest in their family or their local communities. And when we cut taxes, it forces government to be more efficient.
So when you take the needs of, I take human services, Governor Burgum has led the charge with the First Lady to just really kind of deal with addictions. I mean, it's been a powerful message that has really kind of resonated nationally. Yes. With fentanyl coming across the border and stuff. Are there things besides the drive, being a business person, you would tend to latch in on that? What are some of the passions that you have that are important to just everyday moms and dads and people just raising their kids at home that you could speak to for them?
Well, you mentioned behavioral health. That is a part of overall health. We are really accelerating our vision to be the healthiest state in the nation. We have a lot of great work going on, and that has such an impact on quality of life for families, and it also has an impact on cost to the state when we're healthier. So you will see a lot coming out soon on our programs to help make North Dakota become the healthiest state in the nation. And for anyone who knows me, health and fitness is a big part of my lifestyle. I am very, very cautious about my health and what I eat, and I work out every day, and I run 1,000 miles a year.
So you're a runner?
I am.
Wow, that's awesome. So you get out and you run 1,000 miles divided by 365. So you get about 3 miles in a run. If I do
Pretty
my
much.
math right.
I know, and you can't run every single day, so it's
well, good for you.
Absolutely.
My wife was a runner. I was a runner, but she usually drugged me out, so I was kind of the reluctant runner. If it was raining, I'd come up with excuses. So God bless you for doing that to promote the health.
And I think for all of us, we need to take care of our bodies and be fit for duty. We all have big jobs, and we need to be fit for duty.
And what about education? How are you feeling about, we have Kirsten Baszler's been the head of the DPI for a number of years. What can the governor office to do to foster education, whether it's K through 12 or higher ed? You mentioned ERC, the research.
Absolutely.
That's all valuable stuff. But what about on the student or parent level?
I think for K-12 and above, we really need to be focusing on outcomes. We have lots of significant investments in education across the state. We need to focus on outcomes and make sure that our students, when they leave, if it's higher ed or K-12, that they are choice ready for additional education, choice ready for the workforce, or choice ready for the military.
I had Mike Machenbach, a representative from Bismarck, on about a week ago, and he was talking about some innovative ideas to cut some of the requirements for accreditation or for the students so that maybe they can get in the workforce quicker, because it's such a workforce problem in North Dakota, across the country, but in America as well. Do you see pressure coming off of the companies out west, in particular, that can't get enough labor? Those are challenges going on, and I know the governor, that was one of his big initiatives, and you would have been a part of as lieutenant governor. Are there additional things that you think can be done to help deal with that shortage of labor?
Absolutely. Workforce is a huge challenge in our state and is the biggest obstacle to growth right now. So we need to figure out ways to get folks in the workforce quicker. We are doing a lot of work with CTE facilities across the state to give kids in school exposure to trades. There's good work being done with internships and apprenticeship programs. and also giving students the opportunity to get other experience outside of the classroom when they're in K through 12.
So talk to us a little bit about the couple of years you've been with the governor, helping interview people, put people in place. Talk about that experience and about how your administration would transition or play from the governor's direction.
Absolutely. So we have 20 cabinet leaders, 18 agencies, but there are 2 cabinet leaders in 2 of the agencies. So I have been very involved with the governor in building that team, had a lot of experience at border states, building a high-functioning, high-quality executive team, so brought that experience to the governor's office. And we have hired, I believe, 15 cabinet leaders since I've been working with the governor. So I feel like I'm really part of that team. So just to talk a little bit about the process, work with HRMS to post the position, create the job description, do the interviews, and then make the final recommendation to the governor. As you know, the governor does make the final decision and does make the appointment, but I have been very involved in that process. Feel like that is they are my team and the governor's team, and I think looking ahead to being your next governor, it would be a super smooth transition because I have been working with those state agencies and have helped to build this amazing team that we have working together.
Well, I don't like to talk about the sexes, but you would be the first female governor for North Dakota. So speak to the women of North Dakota about being the first lady executive in the governor's office.
Well, I would be extremely proud to be the first female governor. I have been the first female for a lot of things. First female CEO at Border States Electric, first female board chair for the National Association of Electrical Distributors, and that was the first time in 100 years. But at the end of the day, I don't want to be the governor because I'm a female. I want to be your governor because I am the most qualified. And I think I speak for all women when we are selected for positions because we're making a quota or they want that one female around the table. I always believe that we should have the most qualified person in every position, and I feel like I am the most qualified person to be your next governor, regardless if I'm a female or not.
One last question before we wrap up the segment is, so you were a shotgun touting young lady going out to defend your family's business. Did you have a 12 gauge, 16, or
we had all of the above. There were 4 kids in our family and my 2 parents. So 3 of us grabbed guns that were lined up at the kitchen counter. Our cars were backed in the driveway. We hopped in the vehicles and we drove to the store. It was a mile away. And actually the sheriff gave us some lessons on shooting to be more effective.
Well, that's fabulous. That's a great story. So we're going to be looking forward to hearing more of your stories as you're out on the campaign trail. We'd love to have you back again. So thank you for joining us today.
Thank you so much. My pleasure.
We've been talking to Lieutenant Governor Tammy Miller, who has announced her candidacy for governor. Thanks for watching. We'll be right back.